Tier list! Today we got a tier list before we head on to our next game. And we're gonna do a tier list of Slay the Princesses. I have played... I didn't get all the endings. I don't even think I got... maybe I got like half of them. I think maybe I got half of them. But I think I have a good understanding of most of the princesses I see. I can recognize most of them. There's like 2 or 3 that I don't know about, but the rest I kind of know. And we're gonna rank them of how much I like them and why I like them. Hello, and there's Zero. So let's start this, shall we? So how's it going? We are ranking princesses from Slay the Princess. You wanna watch? Also, so are going pretty well. It is Sunday. Is everyone having a good Sunday? I forgot to ask that. Is everyone having a good Sunday? Hope you're all having a fantastic Sunday, yes. So, first one we got here. Hold on, let me see. Is this showing correctly? It's showing correctly. We have The Prisoner. I like The Prisoner. I was sad that you essentially only have 3 options with The Prisoner, which is either you get locked up with her, you give her the knife and she decapitates, or you kill her. I was kind of hoping maybe you could just talk her out of it, but clearly you can't. That is the only options you have. I liked Princess, but I felt like I wanted a bit more with The Prisoner. Also, I didn't really like the transition of her to the Grey, but I think that one will be when I rank her Grey. Oh, I'll put her in A. I like The Prisoner. I liked her conclusion, and I liked her how her story was built. It was nice. It was nice. I liked it. The Adversary. I was fine with The Adversary. I didn't find Adversary to be that compelling. I don't find battle-crazy characters to be that interesting. However, she was technically... I think she was the first one I got. Like, she was the first princess that I actually got. So maybe there is slight bias. I feel like she deserves a C for me, but I'm willing to put her in B. Because she was the first princess I got, and I did find it kind of fun how it all went out. Who is this? It's not the stranger, because the stranger's here. Is this just the princess? Which princess is this one? Is this like the first one you encounter? I can leave this for later, since I don't recognize. This is the Beast. I don't know the Beast. I've seen a little bit of her story, but I actually haven't really delved into much. I think people find her fun or something. I'm not entirely sure. There's the other Beast here that I'm also going to put here. I'm not into this stuff, man. I'm just not interested in this. I think one of these is Vor, and I'm not into Vor, so sorry. The Damsel. I think this is the Damsel, right? Yeah, this is the Damsel. I like the Damsel. I think she's very basic, because she is at the end of the day just a stereotype. But she is a purposeful stereotype. I also do know what happens when you kill her. I watched it on YouTube, because I couldn't do it myself. I don't think the Damsel is deserving of an A rank. While I do think that and if you just go along with what she has... I do think that if you just go along with saving her, it is very generic and not that interesting. But what I saw from what you get from stabbing her makes me like her a lot. It makes her slightly more developed and less stereotyped than what you'd expect. I'll give her an A rank. And I do think that her transition to the Grey makes a lot more sense than The Prisoner, at least. The Nightmare. I like The Nightmare. Definitely like the Nightmare more than the Adversary. It is an interesting... I wonder if you could kill... You probably could attempt to kill her, although it's very unlikely, because you probably your organs would all just shut down. But I like the Nightmare. I'm going to put both of them in B. Their design is very cool and very interesting. I like the conversations we had with them. They're not really trying to kill us, and we're the ones that are just kind of dying just because we're close to her. And she was fun. This one, this is the knife. This is the blade one. Or is that the blade one? Wait. There's 3 blade ones. The razor. There's 3 razors here, so I'm a little bit confused. I guess it's each of their versions. This is the final one. I'm already gonna put the final one in S. I really like the conclusion of the razor. It was just very well put up. So I'm gonna put it in S. I didn't actually go through it because I unfortunately I got spoiled because I raided someone who was playing Slay the Princess, and they were in this chapter, so I got to see all the razor chapters. So I ended up not going through that run in my playthrough because I already knew about it. I think the razor goes for S rank. I think it is a perfect conclusion, right? You kill them in cold blood, and then she basically just wants to fight to kill you at that point, and from that point on, because it's just about murder. And yeah, I thought that was fun, and I liked how the game just kept getting more and more, just down the rabbit hole it went. It was very fun to watch. The Spectre. I really like the Spectre. I know the Spectre can turn into this one, and this one I actually don't know, and I don't want to know, because I feel bad about the Spectre. I didn't want to refuse her, because I felt bad about the Spectre. And I really like the Spectre, so I'm going to put her in S. I really liked her. The Stranger. The Stranger is interesting, because I don't actually like, or rather, I don't care that much about the Stranger. Because I feel like the Stranger was just kind of a whatever. But I think that the Stranger ending, what was it called? New Beginnings? No, hold on. Let me see. I have it here. The achievement. Slay the Princess. Strange Beginnings. Yeah, Strange Beginnings. The Strange Beginning endings is the one I like the most. It is very well put out. And I liked it mostly because, unlike with the other princesses where they kind of just accept whatever you want. So like if you say you don't want to be a god, they're like, yeah, I also don't want to be a god. And if you say you want to leave, they're like, yeah, I also want to leave. I like that the Stranger was the only one that actually was being contrarian, in that you say you don't want to be a god, and she's like, but you should be a god. That's your destiny. And you say you want to leave, and she's like, really? You want... Are you sure we can even leave? You know, that she's hesitant, she's scared. But I liked it, and that gave her a lot more personality than the other ones, which is strange because she shouldn't have a personality given her the context of her being. But she is probably closest to her original form, which is why she had a personality. So I put her in S. Stranger is probably the one, not the one I like the most, but second most. I think we'll get to see my top 3. The Tower. I like the Tower. Tower is good. Tower is very good. She hits all the right fetishes, doesn't she? I don't know why why the voice actress went for such a sultry voice with the Tower. But I feel like that there were some fetishes over there that were being activated. Tower is good though. I like the Tower. I liked all the paths to Tower. It was very fun. I guess I could just go with Apotheosis. I liked Apotheosis too, but I don't think it's as good as Tower. My problem with Apotheosis is it's very short, and you don't really get to see much about it. The music's amazing, the moment is epic, but then it just kind of stops. And you know, it's like everything's building towards this really cool stuff, and then it just kind of stops. And that's why I'll put her below Tower, because Tower was a long conversation. You gotta see a lot of different. You gotta see you know, what was going through her mind, what she wanted, what her desires were. But Apotheosis was like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to become a goddess." I was like, "Yeah, submit to me or die," something like that. You know, and it's like whatever. It was over there. But I still liked the moment. The moment was very epic. Just unfortunately, it was very short. The Beast. No, not the Beast. The Witch. The Witch. I like the Witch. I think the Witch was... Did I like the Witch more than the Spectre? I definitely like the Witch more than the Spectre. The Witch was fun. I like the Witch. I mean, I like the Witch a lot. to the point where I just wanted to get on a good side, and I immediately, and the moment I knew I could, I immediately went for it. This is the continuation of the adversary. I don't really know what that one went through. I didn't really bother trying to get it. So, I guess we don't. I'm just going to put it in don't know. The Fury. I did not like the Fury. I just found the Fury to be whatever. Although, I will say that the reason why I felt it to be whatever is because I didn't feel like the adversary going into the Fury made sense. I heard that you can get Fury from the tower, and I feel like if I had gotten that, I would have liked Fury more because it would have made more sense, the transition. But I feel like the adversary into the tower is way out of nowhere, especially when you consider that I was full pacifist with the adversary, so there was no reason for her to suddenly become godlike. Like, with Tower, it makes sense why she becomes godlike, but it makes no sense for the adversary to turn into Fury and become godlike because I was pacifist. That didn't make any sense to me. So I gotta put it in D because I didn't like that. I will also put in D the Gray, the Drowning Gray. I don't see the logic of why I should get I get this Gray from not taking her head upstairs. Now, I do know that if you stab the princess, so if you stab the princess and if you stab the prisoner and you leave her behind, you will also get this Gray. And I feel like that in that case, it makes sense, right? The knife is in her chest. She's annoyed at you. She's angry at you because you stabbed her, you killed her. But getting this Gray from her killing herself did not make any sense to me, and it made even less sense when at the end it's telling me that, you know, I kill you and you kill me, and I'm just like, but I didn't kill you. You killed yourself. This doesn't make any sense. So this Gray, I'm just gonna put it at D because I did not understand why I would get her from the prisoner, from not taking the head of the prisoner. This Gray, though, and this is the Burning Gray that you get from the damsel, I think this Gray makes perfect sense. Very well done. I didn't get her in my playthrough, but I saw how you get to her, and I saw how it goes. I really like the conclusion. At the end of the day, the damsel understands that you cannot stop yourself from hurting her. She loves you, and so the only conclusion she comes to is that both of you need to die, and that's why she burns you in that fire, and then stays next to you as you are both burning. And that was a very wholesome, although twisted moment, and it made perfect sense that would be the transition. The Fawn, by far the one I liked the most. Fawn is the best girl. I cannot believe that you can actually betray her. I would not be able to stomach being able to betray the Fawn. Like, she's so pitiful. So S rank, I love the Fawn. And I think from what I've heard, it is considered to be the best princess ending of the game by the majority of the community. And I agree, it is by far the best one. I really liked it. I don't know what this is. I know what this one is. I think you get this from the Beast. So this, from what I remember, you get this one from, not the Beast, the Witch, if you try to attack her directly. I'm not really sure what to think about this one, because I saw what it was, and it's like, it looks nice. It looks like a touching moment, but it feels out of place, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't see why you going for the Witch, attacking her directly, would result in this version, where she's sorry when you kill her, or she's... Like, there's something weird about this one that I feel like is just out of place. It feels very good. I like the moment in a vacuum, but I think that once I put it in the context of how you get to there, is where I kind of start having my doubts. I think you could also get her from the Fawn, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that one kind of makes more sense. She's kind of tired. She doesn't want to fight anymore. So she's kind of just resigning to her fate. But in the context of the witch, it doesn't make much sense. I think I know what it is. I heard there's a special ending if you don't deliver any vessels to the god. Oh, I don't know then. I'm just going to put in don't know. This is obviously the final one. I'll be honest. I mean, I like her, but I like her because I like everything else, right? I don't actually... Like, when I look at this character, my mind doesn't go like, oh, this is a character. To me, it's just like, this is a plot device. I still think it's an S rank. But I definitely think that it's probably like here. I prefer all of these over the goddess. Although I do think that she is also an S rank, because the moment where everything is revealed is very nice. And then we have this one, which I imagine is just the Chapter 1 princess. Which I don't really agree that it should only be one. I feel like you should have at least two, because there's technically two versions of her. You have the one where you have a knife and the one where you don't have a knife, and I think they're very different from each other. For example, I think the one with the knife is a lot more interesting than the one without the knife, but the one without the knife is a lot more endearing than the one with the knife. Like, my first attempt, my first run, the first one I got was the one with the knife. My first reaction was like, oh, you're a bitch. Especially when I asked the name and she's like, oh, you may call me the Royal Highness. And I'm like, oh, you bitch. I do not like you already. I actually feel like this one is probably like around C. Because that's the one that has the least well, not the least personality, but like the least interesting one. And it's ultimately the Chapter 2 where stuff gets interesting. Yeah, I'll put her in C, because unlike with some of these characters here where I have difficulty like betraying them or just can't at all, this character I have no problem. The princess in the first chapter, I have no issue stabbing them, betraying them, leaving them, helping them. I have no issues with those options. It's only in the Chapter 2 where they develop a personality where it gets harder for me to do those choices. And there you go. Is there any surprise about this? I don't think there's much surprise. I think the Fawn and the Spectre and the Tower are like fan favorites among the community. So it's not that surprising to see them here. I think Damsel's also pretty top tier from what I've seen. As she's like one of those hidden favorite characters where no one really talks about, but people like her in general. I think the only one here that's probably out of place is the Stranger. I don't think there's that many people that care about the Stranger the way I did. But I really liked the ending. I really liked Stranger Beginnings. It was very nice. But there you go. That's all of them? Not as many as I thought. At the end of the day, I only missed these. I mean, technically, there's other ones here that I didn't know, but I looked on YouTube. But yeah, these are basically it. It was nice. And that will be the final chapter of Slay the Princess for me. It was fun. I enjoyed it, but it's time to move on.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. No, not 4 yet. 4, 5.